Imagine being able to travel to any point in time. Where would you go? And what would you do? You could witness some of the greatest moments in history.
That's gotta be Kane! Break it down! Degenerate into something cool. You just got tired of doing what you're told to do. That's a race, boy. Yeah. That's a race, little man. Break it down.
1997, King of the Ring, baby.
Just realizing we should have had a crown. Should have been wearing a crown.
Yeah.
Do you have your prom king crown?
We all know I wasn't prom king.
Who was prom? You weren't prom king?
I was not, no. I went 1 year. And
that
year
was
I
when
did-
you were like 24. I remember that one. That was awkward.
Yeah. She was hot, though.
Yeah, no, yeah, totally.
She was
Totally
hot.
banging junior.
Yeah.
So,
Junior,
yeah, she's a junior.
Yeah, of course. Oh, Megan Junior. That's so funny.
Oh man, what a good paper. So, best pay-per-view we've ever seen?
I was going to ask you that probably at the end of the episode, but let's go ahead and get that out of the way.
Without spoilers, I think it is.
I think it is too. And I was hoping I would say that and you would be like, no, what about this one? But I think this really was a good one.
Well, I was trying to think what won, and I think a lot of them have had one really good match. This
is a lot of good matches.
and I don't know if it helped. Like, the first half was mediocre. The second half was awesome. 3 great matches. The last 3.
Yeah.
And even that 6-man tag.
Yeah,
Was a
I
good
also
6-man
think Mankind, Jerry the King Lawler, I thought was going to be a squash match, but that ended up being like a
Right,
really
that
good
was
match
good.
too, yeah. So, majority, I'm going to give this one, go ahead and give this one an A.
You're giving
Right
it
off
an
the
A
bat.
already?
Yeah.
Off the dome.
Give it
off
an
the
A.
dome.
From what we've seen so far, definitely an A pay-per-view.
Put it in the A category. I would agree.
Okay.
Definitely an A.
You're going to put it in the A category
Put it
too?
in the A. Straight up in the A. Hey, Toad?
Let's get this pay-per-view started, but I know you returned cans earlier today.
I
right?
did return cans. And I was excited. Well, I got a party coming up this weekend. I wanted to, by the time this airs, we'll have already been, at the court cases for the DUIs resulting from the party. But I had some cans on the porch I needed to return. Took them in. Already, when I'm going in, lady on a bike, like 4 garbage bags of cans. She rode her bike with that.
Well, with gas prices, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, well, she's probably had to do that to get the gas money.
Yeah, that is true. Full circle.
I get in there. I can't believe it. Every station's working. Every station's working. I start to return my cans.
Mm-hmm.
No problems at all. Only problem I had was I kept getting error message for sticking my hand too far in there.
Well,
And the only person who says that is Sunny when we're back in the
Yeah.
wrestle vessel. She's like, the hand too far in.
yeah, she
hand
gives
too
you
far
the
in.
old error message.
Yeah, and other
hit
than
cans.
that,
Just hit
I
cans.
do the cans. I'm good. I have an unusual amount of glass bottles to return too,
Oh, okay.
and I don't know what it was, but the majority of them wouldn't get returned. I guess they were Illinois ones, and they were Angry Orchards, dude. And I got so mad.
Well,
I was trying to put them in.
I
and
got
just
beef
said,
with a lot of guys that drink cider, so
Is it just cider or is it Angry Orchard? That's my
it's
question.
specifically
Because it made me
Orchard.
angry. I was angry Orchard, dude.
yeah. So was that guy at the bar.
Yeah,
last
well,
week.
I just had to throw away. I had to throw away like 5, maybe like a whole case or so of glass bottles. So like $1.50,
Okay.
just wasted because they were Illinois or whatever. But
Overall A
I
experience.
had
then?
overall probably my best can returning experience
Okay.
that I've had in terms of ease of returning cans. Bottles, not so much. Also had a funny thought because there was a girl there, like around my age, not unattractive, like nose piercing and tattoos. So like
So anal.
she'd be down for anal in
Yeah.
the can depository. And,
You could stick
and
your
I
hand
was
all the
just
way
like,
in.
man, I
There's
should
no
just
air
ask
message.
her out because wouldn't that be a place to get asked out?
yeah, and that would make for a great kid story.
I'm like, I can't.
You gotta do it for the-
I am in
for
a
the
hurry
listeners.
here. I
Oh,
can't. I
come
can't bang
on.
this chick in the can depository. Her hand would get too far in too quick.
Yeah.
But Great experience. I got like $7, and I spent it pretty quickly. So
Yeah. Back on more cans.
more cans,
Yeah,
a
so-
little some laundry detergent,
Okay.
and some deodorant. You know,
Cool.
like the essentials.
For sure. Well, let's get into this. We are in Providence, Rhode Island, home of the.
Providence, Rhode Islanders.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was drawing a blank for some reason.
I think they're the Friars. University of Providence is the Friars.
What's the origin of that?
Like friars are like priests,
Hmm.
and then it might be.
You ever get banged by a friar?
No, I've
Yeah.
banged in a fryer before, but never.
Ooh, sounds hot.
Yeah, bang Ray.
Let's get this thing going. We have the semifinals, which is going to be Ahmed Johnson versus Triple H in the King of the Ring tournament. And we also have the other semifinals, which is going to be Mankind and Jerry the King Lawler. And we are shooting it off with Ahmed Johnson versus Triple H. I know we talked, either one of these guys can...
And this is the second time they faced each other in this tournament already.
Oh, yeah.
So anything can happen. But what we saw in the first match was that Ahmed won via DQ, but he probably would have won anyway. So we'll see how this one goes. And then there was a weird, I guess, legality issue. Triple H didn't know he couldn't.
I didn't know I couldn't do that.
I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Pretty
It
good
worked.
one, huh?
White privilege at its best.
Because I did know I couldn't do that.
The Hunter Hearst Helmsley pulls that card with the referees, and he gets another shot, and he's in the semifinal here against Ahmed. And not a great match.
I didn't really care for it, yeah.
Probably the worst one on this card.
I would agree with
think
that.
So.
Yeah.
But gets the job done. Nothing crazy going on here, right? There's some outside the ring action.
No, yeah, I'll get into it.
Yeah,
we could breeze through this one. So outside the ring, Triple H throws Ahmed into the stairs, working on the kidneys. A little bit of outside the ring action.
The kidney.
Oh, kidney. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Sorry.
shouldn't have put it on.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. And then inside the ring, Ahmed hits the spine buster and goes to set up for the Pearl River plunge, but China is on the ropes, distracts Ahmed and the ref is trying to get China out of there, and Ahmed turns around and Triple H hits the pedigree, 1, 2, 3. So Triple H is now going to the finals for the King of the Ring. And next, our match is going to be Mankind versus Jerry the King Lawler, to see who advances to face Triple H. And Mankind is in the ring, and he's got the mic, and he's throwing a little shade at Paul Bear.
Yeah, he gets
saying
like
that,
a whole interview here, doesn't
yeah,
he?
he does a whole interview inside the ring and says that, Uncle Paul apparently has some better things to do. Recapping on that, Paul Bear is kind of has Undertaker under his wing and control, if you will. And, Mankind is asking the crowd, what kind of king do they expect him to be? Go on.
I like his promo here. And this is, I think, we're starting to see Mankind, the joking around Mankind. So before, he's just saying creepy stuff,
Yeah.
and it was really good. Now he's getting into the comedy side, and he's trying to crack some jokes, although they're still kind of creepy jokes.
Right.
So he has a couple here where he talks about, this is actually a good line, not so much a joke. He says, Jerry Lawler isn't a king, he's just a pawn in Mankind's game.
I like that.
That's a
line.
good
Yeah.
line. He also talks about the Emperor's new clothes, where he's naked. It's just he's naked, walking around naked.
Yeah.
That's what King's going to be. And he says the only thing scarier than King walking around naked would be me walking around naked.
Yeah.
And another great line, funny.
Yeah.
He's got the crowd
he's
behind
got
him a little
everything,
bit here.
yeah.
So I think we're seeing that face turn. And this is where I'm thinking. And I know we had the bet that you said Mankind will win the tournament, and I took Triple H. But I'm thinking here, Mankind is going to get that face turn and win it pretty clear at this point. At least that's my thoughts at
My
that
thoughts
juncture.
too, yeah. So Jerry the King Lawler comes out, and he's doing a little bit of a promo himself, basically calling everyone in the crowd a bunch of idiots and saying that they were going to soon be bowing to him. And he goes up to a woman in the crowd. He goes, looks like, I guess the massage parlor was closed today. And then he goes up to this redneck guy, and he's like, does your parole officer know you're out this late? So he's just giving it to the fans. And then he starts digging at Mankind, and he says that, when his mom gave birth, he looked at his ass, then looked at his face, and she said, "My God, Siamese twins!"
That's a good line. I had that written down. It was
Yeah.
going to be my line of the night until a later one, and I won't spoil that one.
Sure. Match is a lot of outside the ring, this one. And this is actually a longer match than I thought, given the fact that Jared the King Lawler is going to be participating in it. And he's giving Mankind the upper hand, and Mankind just the way that, like, the King just throws him around. He's such, like, a limp body. Like, Jared the King Lawler would, like, elbow him outside the rope or something, and he'll, like, fall so awkwardly onto the stairs, and he's just selling everything. It's a really, really good match.
This has got to be the best King match.
Hands
100%.
down, hands
But,
down.
like-
By the thanks of Mankind, basically. Right?
And
Yeah.
like, not even close to being like close to number 2. I don't know what
This
number
is-
2
Yeah,
is.
by tenfold, right? But Jared the King Lawler keeps pulling something out of his trunks every time he goes to hit Mankind. It might be like it's not brass knuckles, but it might be some sort of weight that he holds in his fist, and we never really get to see
I
it.
feel like he used that before against Jake the Snake or somebody.
Yeah, but I thought we were able to see it, but maybe we weren't before. And then there's a spot where Mankind is kind of outside on the ring apron, and Jerry the King Lawler bites Mankind's ear.
Yeah, and this is crazy because I saw it like he's trying to bite his ear off, and in my mind I'm thinking, oh, this must have been like right after the Evander Holyfield Mike Tyson fight where Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield's ear off.
That must have been right around this time, anyways.
And
right?
then I just saw before we start recording that was now. So this happened June 8th. Right now, where we're recording is June 29th.
Mm-hmm.
It happened, or actually 20th. It happened the 28th, 20 days after this. So he stole that. He's clearly watching this. He's watching this because Ken Shamrock's calling him out, so he's got to be watching all these wrestling shows.
Right.
Mike Tyson stole the ear biting move from Jerry the King Lawler, who used it on Goldust. I don't know if this is like what it was the whole time, or if this is just us messing with time and the wrestle.
I think the fact that Psycho Sid is back. I think we really did.
Because I'm pretty sure that wasn't real. I saw in the crowd an RWO sign. That's Robert World Order. That's your sign.
Yeah, but I started.
We shouldn't have
I
had
started
signs.
pushing that in September.
Oh man, and we're not even close to September.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Yeah, it's got us messed up for sure. Jerry the King Lawler hits a pile driver, and this was a close one, but Mankind kicks out. Jerry the King Lawler ends up going for a roll-up later on and gets caught in the mandible claw, and Mankind will take the W. So now it's Triple H versus Mankind for the King of the Ring later on tonight. We're met with Brian Pillman backstage, and he's doing an interview, and he's basically calling out Stone Cold. And in the back, you kind of see a little bald head moving around, and Stone Cold sneaks up from behind him during mid-interview and attacks Brian Pillman, grabs him, throws him into a fence that's back there for some reason or another, drags him into the bathroom, and Stone Cold gives Brian Pillman a swirly in what looked like the grossest bathroom I've ever seen.
Yeah, there's just like trash on the floor.
Yeah.
Like they could have been like, oh yeah, no, we'll get one of the regular, normal, clean bathrooms. But I guess in
Like the
Providence,
locker room, maybe?
yeah, they're all just dude. I wanted to take a video though of Stone Cold coming up behind Brian Pillman, like that should be a meme.
Yeah,
that
oh,
should
definitely.
totally be a meme. Like, oh hell yeah, And but that's hilarious. I don't know the point of it. I have no idea. I know they have a match tomorrow at Raw,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe it's leading up to that. Maybe it's going to be a toilet person's head in the toilet bowl match. It could be. It could be.
It was a gross. I don't even think there was a door on that stall of where to go. It was a cringy bathroom, if you will. We're moving on to our next match. That was actually good. I think my attention wasn't there because I didn't think it would be good.
Well, you
And
never thought that King would win that one, or you're talking about the next match?
I'm talking about the next
this
one,
one
yeah,
too. I mean, but
yeah.
like the King Mankind match was good, but you never thought King was going to win.
Yeah, and because I know that these guys are going to be wrestling later on, I'm like, they'll conserve their energy for these matches
Right.
and then put on the.
But it was good, and then
Very
this
good.
next match, this is
Crushing Goldust here.
why I don't even think this was advertised.
It wasn't, and I was thinking, I'm like, well, both of these guys were in King of the Ring anyway, so maybe.
It's like a consolation, like it's a reserve match if something happens. Maybe it is legit what it was.
Yeah.
If something happened to one of the semifinalists, one of these guys would step in the finals.
Sure, could be.
It'd be like
But
the
also,
consolation.
speaking of not knowing or not having anything advertised, Goldust is actually going to face British Bulldog for the European Championship tomorrow night on Raw.
And I didn't hear anything about that except for a sign in the crowd said, Goldust, European Goldust.
European Goldust. And then that's
And they,
when they
Vince
plugged
is
it.
like, he could be European champion tomorrow night.
What is that Gorilla Monsoon?
Who?
They had a sign.
No, maybe. But we do hear some tough news about our boy, Gorilla Monsoon.
Under the weather.
Under the weather. He's
Some say that
battling
Tom gave
some
him
health
COVID.
Issues. I might have gave him COVID. We were down there. It's probably just a cold. Probably just cold. No way of knowing. He is under the weather, not feeling well, unable to perform his duties, so he's at home recovering. Hopefully he's okay. We need him to restore order, as we'll find out here soon, because shit goes off the rails on this pay-per-view.
'Cause, yeah.
The only thing that would have been keeping people there is Gorilla Monsoon.
Sure. And Sonny can't be the only one signing these contracts.
You're right.
Yeah.
Because she's too busy squirting people.
Yeah.
Wetter is better.
Wetter is better is what I hear. By the way, sponsored. Super Soaker is sponsoring this pay-per-view. I'll move through on this match, but outside the ring and the Crush and Goldust match, D'Lo Brown and Clarence Mason kind of pinned Marlena in a corner, and they're giving me real rape vibes.
You don't know that it wasn't consensual. You don't wanna-
Objection, Your Honor. He wanted to ejaculate, or whatever.
Yeah, D'Lo though, he does the little that's like his move for ladies. He does the little neck roll.
I don't see why that wouldn't work in any
Have
situation.
have you tried it?
You should try that when you return Canes.
I'm gonna try next time I return Canes. I'll walk in
Do it.
like that, like D'Lo,
Yeah.
and
You,
then I'll
you gotta
do-
move your neck. You're doing shoulder. You're doing a lot of shoulders.
Oh yeah, but he
You
does
gotta-
do his shoulders too, doesn't he? Do
Yeah,
his
sure, but that's like you gotta shimmy the shoulders and then
So
loosen
I'm not
the
gonna
neck.
get there today. I gotta practice.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it's like
I'm gonna throw my neck out if
Yeah,
I
you're
go
right, you're
D'Lo
right.
hard right now.
yeah.
If I go D'Lo,
Tom's like, I'm gonna be at the next episode. I'm like, tell us about a can story. You're just like in a brace. You're like,
Didn't
well,
go
wasn't as
well.
good as last time.
didn't make it through the door.
Yeah.
Started the neck roll too
Yeah.
early.
Right, you start by the car corral.
Yeah. I got my cart.
Yeah. What was it? Move it up, move it all back.
Walk it up,
Walk
walk
it
it back, walk it up, walk it back. I'm
back.
so sad that nobody will have seen
Yeah,
that before, but
we
they've
fucked up on
heard
that
it
one.
if they listen to the previous
Yeah,
episode.
that's why I had to bring it into this one. So, anyways, we all know Goldust probably can't do a curtain call to Crush on this one.
Probably and certainly.
He just ends up doing a DDT for the win.
Very anticlimactic.
Yeah. But it was a long
and then
match,
Marlena,
actually.
yeah, I mean it was okay, I guess, but not anything we cared about. Not a great finish. And then Marlena and Goldust do a bunch of kissy stuff, and it's weird.
Yeah, that was weird. I want to see more.
It's not like they were making out. I would have been way more on board with them making out, but they were just like doing little pecks,
They were smooching.
and then they smile, and then they do another peck,
Yeah.
and then for Goldust saying he's a hetero guy, I don't know there. That didn't.
Yeah. They're like, I love chicks. Like, look at this. Look at that kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our next match is the three-way tag, which we have Legion of Doom with Psycho Sid, and they are going to face the Hart Foundation,
And
Owen, British Bulldog, and Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
And I just see it's a video. It's an interview with LOD and Psycho Sid. I'm like, I can't wait for this. I am so excited to hear what they have to say. And I wouldn't say I was disappointed, but it wasn't quite as disgustingly hilarious as I thought. But we have a hell of a gem here from Road Warrior Hawk.
Yeah, I'm hoping you remember the line, because all I wrote down was diddly-do squat.
That's all you need. He said, revenge is a dish best served cold. And, well, we're going to serve the diddly-do squat coldest serving of revenge.
I'm loving him now. I hated him, but
Diddly-do squat. That sounds like a Bill Cosby thing.
Oh yeah. Oh, what the diddly do in the animal, in the roadhog, in the skiddly dibbly do squat?
Stinky Swiss side.
Was Hawk banging unconscious women?
I think he might have been banging women while unconscious. That's the diddly do.
100%. He's a big doing drugs guy. That's so funny. We gotta do like a bit where like Hawk just wakes up from like a what a rush.
I'm so stinky.
What if he just like passes out and they're like, oh my god, this guy needs CPR? Like Animal's like, you're gonna have to just fuck him to wake him up. What a rush.
It's the only thing that does it. That or going to North Korea.
Like, I don't know, Hawk. Like, how do I get on this dick? Just diddly do squat on it. So,
I don't know, Hawk.
Yeah, I don't know, Hawk. It's so
I don't know
stinky.
about this. Just diddly do squat on it, baby.
Oh my god.
You're gonna have to try that line next time. You're going for intercourse.
Yeah.
Diddly do squat on it,
Squat on
sweetheart.
it. It's not even hard. I'm just
Not after you say that, it's not going to be, because you'll be laughing too hysterically.
Just diddly do squat on it. All right, so we'll get into this match. LOD and Psycho Sid versus the Heart Foundation. It was a long match, a lot of very evenly matched out, but I'll just kind of cut to the chase. Psycho Sid does a choke slam to British Bulldog at the end, and Psycho Sid tries to give Bulldog a power slam, but then Owen jumps off the top rope and goes for a roll up, and again, it's kind of botched. He doesn't really hook the legs, but ends up like going back, hooking the legs. And Heart Foundation actually get the W here. I did not see that coming. I figured with LOD and Psycho Sid, like fan favorites, they gotta
Keep
get
it going.
up.
Keep it going. And before that, or no, this is actually later, and I'm just going to jump in and say it now because it's kind of pointless. Did you even put notes in there
For which
for
one?
Bret Hart's like his promo? Yeah, you did, but like we're going to talk about it now.
Okay.
And this is why I think that might have happened. Is because before the Stone Cold Shawn Michaels match, the Heart Foundation comes out and Bret Hart takes 37 minutes to tell everybody that he is going to challenge any 5 wrestlers to challenge the Heart Foundation at this Canadian Stampede, which sounds like it's in your house on July 6th, which could be our next pay-per-view. And if they could just pretty much know 5 people can beat us, and if they want anybody to come along. I could see that being those 3, and maybe you added Stone Cold and Shawn Michaels here.
I was thinking that would be a hell of a match.
Yeah,
though.
that would be great.
That would be
And
like
so
the
that's
best
kind of what I'm
wrestling
guessing, and so that's why they got the upper hand, and then maybe...
Can I throw a curveball your way?
Okay, I'm ready.
5 guys can definitely be them. But if we're thinking a little bit later, maybe Nation of Domination plus Ahmed?
I don't know why Ahmed would be involved.
I'm just thinking, maybe foreshadowing, maybe he becomes part of the Nation of Domination.
Because we haven't seen Wolfie D and JC Ice yet anymore.
Ever since they lost to LOD. Some say we are Wolfie D and JC Ice.
Me and you?
Loving in color, Farouk will fuck your mother. Diddly do squat on the pot. In my drop top, cruising the streets. He said that before Usher did. Just saying, gotta give Wolfie D some credit here.
Wolfie D, I do believe was a ghostwriter for Usher.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought
the
he was one
whole
of the backup
confessions,
dancers.
all the confessions.
So this is a regular Double J scenario.
Yeah,
already.
no, yeah, kind of. I mean, the Confessions, Let It Burn, those 3 songs, those were all Wolfie D. I don't know if any other ones were. You Got It Bad, maybe.
I thought
that was
Yellow.
about Farouk. Yeah.
You want to go King of the Ring match already happening here? We got 3 matches left. Mankind.
Okay, guys. So this is where it gets awesome.
These are I have a lot of notes for these because these are the 3.
These are all great matches. Would probably fit into top 10 that we've seen, and I don't think that's an exaggeration. 3 of these matches, top 10 that we've ever seen in our covering of the Turnbuckle Time Machine.
Yeah, I would even go crazy and say maybe top 8. Like a MySpace top 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to MySpace.
Who are you not going to offer your top 8 for that, though?
I think every match with Mankind is going to have to stay.
Not every match.
I might have to...
Not every match that he's had was a top 5 or 8 match, but his couple with Undertaker, his Shawn Michaels one.
I might have to throw away
the Bulldog Shawn Michaels is staying, I think.
Yeah, the controversial one,
Yes.
for sure. That was holding...
Not the controversial. Well, no, yeah, that one was good, and the other one.
Uh-huh.
The other one was better, that he actually won.
Right.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe throwing one of the HBK Bulldog ones
I would
out.
say the controversial one goes out. 'Cause
Yeah,
the ending was
was...
it wasn't botched.
Right,
it was just
Yeah.
yeah.
For the time, it was great,
Right.
but yeah, these were a lot better. So Mankind and Triple H for the King of the Ring. And match is starting off, we're already like 10 minutes in, but I'll get to the notes after that. So good, inside the ring, outside the ring. And there's another spot where Mankind gets caught in the ropes again. And sometimes you can usually tell that like he's okay. He did not look okay at all.
No, he pulls himself out really quickly.
Yeah, the
So
ref
he
comes
must
over
have been
there. Yeah.
feeling like he was getting choked
Yeah,
out.
the tension between those two ropes it just looked like it was, all of his weight at
And
the
he
end.
pulls himself off, and his mask comes off too. So then he has to like grab it and put it back on. I thought
Yeah.
he'd just go the rest of the match without it.
Yeah. In the match, back inside, Triple H ends up going for the pedigree, but then it's reversed into the mandible claw. And we're a little bit outside near the ring apron, and Chyna ends up grabbing Mankind by the hair and throwing him out of the ring. And again, Molly Percocet, his mask's off.
Yeah, she's ripping it off. It must have got compromised there. So now,
Mask on?
Mask
Fuck it,
off.
mask off.
get your mask on. Mask on.
And then
Who is that? Future?
That's
That's
Future, yeah.
From the future.
It all ties full circle here again. And then we're back into the ring, and Mandible Claw at the top of the turnbuckle. Very cool
Which is
spot.
really cool. He's got Triple H up here, Mandible Claw, and Triple H is basically helpless. The only thing he can do, his only one move, is go right to the eyes.
Yeah.
And he throws him off balance. But it is weird. Now, Mankind is wrestling without his mask, so it's like Mick Foley or Cactus Jack here.
Mm-hmm.
Looks weird. It's a weird dynamic.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to see again, like, because he's just that character with the mask
Yeah.
on. It's just so
But
much.
now he looks like a human being. I don't know if I
Yeah.
appreciate all his bumps. I mean, I do, but like, come on, he's a human being.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be doing that.
Good thing he took the biggest worm and sucked it down.
Sucked it down. Shout out to GB.
Yeah, so both men are outside the ring, and Chyna is still lingering a little bit on the outside, and Mankind goes to jump off the ring apron to Triple H, which is on the barricade, and Chyna grabs Triple H's arm and pulls him out of the way. Mankind ends up taking a big bump along that metal railing, and the ref is trying to kick Chyna out now. Like, enough is enough.
Yeah, he like throws her out.
Yeah,
But like, I don't think she leaves.
she doesn't.
She's kind of
But
like,
she's out of the
pretend
way.
She's gonna leave.
Yeah, so
like,
they're
oh
doing-
no, I won't do it again.
Yeah, they're doing their thing in the corner, and Triple H grabs Mankind, puts him on Vince and JR's announcing
Yeah,
table.
he doesn't even use the Spanish announce table,
No.
which is rare.
Very
You
rare.
go straight to the main table,
Uh-huh.
and they also had a French broadcast, so they could have went to the French
Either
table,
one.
could have went to the Spanish table. They go to the American.
You can't say
table.
Dago.
Did I say that? I
You
didn't
said
say that.
Dago.
No.
Dago.
Oh.
to the-
The French, not the Italian.
Not the Italian table, yeah. When you hear your family.
What's the matter, you? There was no Salvatore Sincere
There wasn't,
here.
no.
What are you talking about? You stupid jerk.
You motherfucker.
Oh.
All right, so Triple H ends up doing a pedigree through the table to Mankind, and Triple H gets back in the ring to avoid a countout, and Mankind's stumbling up to the ropes, and Chyna comes up from behind and
Well,
grabs
did you express the severity of this pedigree though before we get into
No,
it?
we could. Let's back it up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this pedigree.
Because he pedigrees him through the table, like you would see, a few years later, announce table pedigree happened all the time. That was those announce tables they built to be pedigreed through. This is a regular folding table with a tablecloth. This is very similar to our setup here.
Yeah, mahogany.
Plastic mahogany. And he pedigrees him, and his face just goes straight into the wood.
Yeah.
And it doesn't break.
The legs
The legs
eventually,
give out
like,
and
buckle,
eventually it
yeah.
breaks, but it is such a hard bump. It's almost like when he went off the ring face first through the table.
Yeah, and his head
It's like,
went through
but
it
there's
first.
no hole. It's just like bam, and we're like, oh man, is that a tough bump?
With no mask.
With no mask for protection.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. But yeah, but he's still alive, so that's what we know.
Yeah.
And he gets back up on the ring apron, which is where Robert was here.
Yeah, back
Trying
on
to get
the
back
ring
in.
apron, trying to get in to avoid that count out. And China hits him with the King of the Ring scepter.
Which
And
is
it
solid
shatters.
gold.
It shatters.
Solid gold.
Shatters over Mankind's back.
What? He is just beat, man. He gets in the ring.
Yeah, Triple H kicks Mankind off of the ring, ends up laying it onto a camera
That's
guy.
a hilarious bump because I
Yeah.
feel like Triple H kind of waved the guy like, get the fuck out of the way. And
It
then he
wasn't
did it,
intended,
and he
yeah.
landed right on the camera.
Yeah, and then he the camera guy falls back and he's like plays dead.
He's like, I finally got my chance to take a bump.
Exactly. And then Triple H gets Mankind back into the ring, and it's a 1, it's a 2, or gets him back in the ring for a pedigree. It's a 1, it's a 2, it's a 3. Triple H, ladies and gentlemen, the 1997 King of the Ring. Grab his scepter, which is broken. Can't give him that. Grab him his crown and his cape. Is it a cape?
Cloak.
Cloak.
Yeah.
Cloak.
Kingly robe, maybe?
Yeah. We'll say robe. I like robe
robe.
better. Yeah. So they give and they present it to Triple H, and Triple H takes the crown and just starts beating the shit out of Mankind with it.
He's not.
It's a nice crown.
He's the king now. If anyone deserved it by birthright, let alone earning it, would be Triple H. Hunter Helmsley. The blue blood.
Which I believe you are correct on this.
I
You had
won.
Triple
I won
H.
it, and you got to do a shot of that coffee tequila now,
Oh,
or
is that what
this
it is?
Johnny Walker Blue Label.
Why don't you your phone's there? Why don't you send a text and get that Jaeger in here?
I can text people. You think Klaus can get the Jaeger?
Have Klaus get the Jaeger.
All right, we'll make it happen.
He's got to boost mobile.
Yeah, I'll tweet. I'll just what is it? Chirp. I'll chirp him.
Can
When
you
I
chirp him?
Charlie
No, his
chirp
chirps.
back,
He
Louis
can't
Ness.
hear it underwater.
Oh right, what a waste! Why would you get Boost Mobile then?
It was just cheaper for Klaus. He thinks it's like state of the art. He thinks it's the iPhone 14.
He's a goddamn fish.
We are moving on to my match of the night. Actually, I don't know. Is this my match of the night? Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels.
That's certainly mine, and even
Yeah.
I love the ending here, man.
The
I
Triple
love
H Mankind knows it's up there. So we'll move on. You did talk about Bret's issue of the 5 wrestlers earlier. But Bret Hart does come out on commentary, and he comes out and realizes that, Vince and JR's table is broken. So they're like, well, we can't do commentary out here. So I'm going to go ahead and leave. Now, in my notes, and I don't know how this started, but we talked about, for some reason, JR, we're merging the characters of Jim Ross and Lizzo.
How it happened was he said in a minute, and then you said in a minute in your JR voice, and I thought that what a great idea if JR was just doing Lizzo lines the whole time.
He just sang.
You're Anita. I'm Anita. You do the better JR.
Sentimental. I just don't know that many Lizzo songs.
Oh,
so.
dude, I know all the Lizzo songs.
Where it's like, well, quite frankly, he's already in my DMs.
It's fat bitch o'clock.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna cut you off right there because it's thick 30. My God, it's thick 30. My God, it's thick 30. It ain't my fault because I'm out here getting
Well, I'm
loose.
in great till they gotta be great.
Actually, my favorite Lizzo version of that song is the Kids Bop version of that song.
Do they bleep out the Minnesota Vikings part? Because I appreciate
I
that.
forget. We'll listen to it after this. But they keep the Minnesota Vikings on there, but it's just the things that they replace are kind
You're
of
gonna have to
just
listen
funny.
to a lot of Lizzo now to do this character because I
Yeah.
can't do the voice like you
Well,
do.
just give me some lines. I might know them.
It's all about the juice. Or no, blame it on the juice. Blame it on the juice.
Because I'm out here getting loose. We'll come back next
Yeah.
week. We'll come back next week with some good
You
ones.
guys wait. You guys wait for J.R. Lizzo.
It ain't my fault.
It ain't my fault. I'm out here getting loose.
JR's Lizzo is so stupid.
And he always talks about football. People used to play. I got a new man on the Minnesota Vikings.
New man on the Minnesota Vikings right here.
He gets into, and we'll get. Well, I guess we'll get into that one. But he does. No, it's in this match. So HBK versus Stone Cold. He talks about HBK's dad, and he always has this football knowledge, like that. These people played football in these other.
Yeah, he
times.
talks about Farouk. At
He
Florida
talks
State
about
Level.
HBK's dad, and I don't remember if he says it's HBK's. So HBK's dad was a colonel.
The colonel?
Was a colonel, and then Stone Cold. It's either Stone Cold's dad or HBK's dad. Was a starting football player for Rice University
Okay.
and played on the team the last time they won the Cotton Bowl, which I don't know when the hell that was. Probably in the '60s.
Sure.
But what an obscure reference.
Yeah, I mean that's that's just living rent free in your head.
Yeah.
Blame it on the juice, JR.
Ain't my fault. Ain't my fault. I'm out here getting loose.
Bill's palsy, Lizzo.
Boomer Sooner.
I'm gonna need a sentimental.
Oh, dear, sentimental.
Slobber
Slobber
Pumpy. Oh God, this is great. We're gonna have just an episode.
I can't
of
wait
all
for
of our
I can't wait
characters.
for the interview between J.R. Lizzo and Triple H Trump to talk about his King of the
Okay.
Ring victory.
We got a lot of roles out there. Almost too many roles, goddamn. HBK and Stone Cold Steve Austin. And the match is getting started. A couple punches, couple kicks, couple Irish whips.
Big Irish whip guy.
And a special needs person runs out of the
Okay,
crowd.
guys, this is the craziest thing. I'm watching. Robert's like, oh, you know what? The match is starting. I could boil some noodles. No big deal. He's boiling noodles, okay? Boiling noodles. Almost done. I'll give him that. Almost done.
Almost done.
I'm like, oh my God.
I was straining him.
He was straining the
Straining
noodles.
them.
I'm like, oh my God, there's this special needs kid running out into the ring. And
You didn't say that, but
I was thinking it. He
maybe you said that. I just don't think. I don't know if the words.
I'm using the
special
proper
needs
vernacular, and I feel like it's more respectable than what JR said. But let me get into the story here.
My God,
I
a
see-
retard!
I see this kid. He's just like tries to run into the ring, and he looks like Stone Cold looks at him like, "The hell's going on?"
Yeah.
Clearly, mentally disadvantaged.
Yeah, certainly.
Then, like, he kind of looks at him, whatever. They kind of go back into fight a bit. Shawn Michaels, like, realizes what's happening, goes out of the ring.
Oh, and by the way, the security's like roughing him up.
They're holding him they're holding him by legs and feet, like they're gonna carry him out like he's like
They carry
he's
him-
like the Godwins would carry a hog on Christmas dinner.
I
to get
got one more. They carried him out like that bitch in Ray Rice's elevator.
Yeah, well, not that bad. He just like grabbed her by the leg and dragged her. They had like two guys hold. But this is crazy. So somebody said, "Hey guys, what the hell are you doing? Like, get him!" And he gets up and like looking at Shawn, and he's like in shock. And Jr. says that this is a special Olympian.
Well, there was Vince. That
Vince
that.
said
He
it
goes,
first.
Yeah, well, anything could happen here in the World Restoration. Something. Yeah, and Shawn Michaels was helping that Special Olympian.
So my question: was it a Special Olympian, and they had knowledge, or was
Let's
he
not get
just-
offended, but my guess is he probably wasn't a Special Olympian.
But they didn't know that they could just say
That was his PC version
No.
of saying
okay. Well, okay.
different time.
Nonetheless, this goes on for a while. this kid is like getting away from security and
With a look of like fear, confusion,
and like sadness. I don't know. From what the announcers made it sound like, he's a big Shawn Michaels fan. And he was going in to beat up Stone Cold because he's a big Shawn Michaels fan.
Mm-hmm.
But they said they think he fell over the railing and then like was just in the ring area and decided to get in the match or something. Shawn goes out of his way to help the kid get like corralled and like, dude, let's get out of here.
Shawn
Eventually
Michaels was
his
a hero.
mom comes in and like
Yeah.
they go and walk away. And the kid gets a good pop though. I'm not gonna lie, the kid is over with the crowd.
Sure.
And it's just so bizarre. It's a crazy thing.
Yeah. What a friar.
We need to get him on the podcast.
Yeah. If you are that special, just look up every Special Olympian.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Maybe in
Well, at least from like
1997.
97 and past.
But the Olympics would have been in 96, so it would have been the year.
Oh, that's true.
Right.
So that should be easy.
Yeah. He probably the guy beat Kurt Angle, beating the champion.
He was the best pole vaulter.
He was
That's
the
why
silver
he got over the
medalist.
rail.
He was the
Yeah.
silver medalist. Kurt Angle beat a wrestler.
Yeah.
No wonder they were worried.
You suck. You suck. All right, so the match does eventually continue after that. That was a good 6 minutes of stuff going on. And HBK is actually getting a lot of just offense here. And Stone Cold's kind of looking like a bitch. He's getting out of the ring and whatnot. And then outside the ring, when things start getting real heated, HBK is taking a lot of big bumps on the rails, which that is definitely not a cocaine reference.
Oh man, look at all these rails and getting all these big bumps on it. What are you talking about? Wrestling, still wrestling.
Outside the ring, Stone Cold is now tearing up the pads along ringside, and Shawn is back inside, and he does that spear against the turnbuckle where Stone Cold moves, and he ends up hitting the pole there. Doesn't quite do a Goldberg on himself, but hits his shoulder, and this is I was saying this to you, that spot always I'm very cringy on, but you can hear his shoulder hit the mat, and then his pants fall down, and you can see his ass crack.
Yeah, Stone Cold kind of pulls it down a bit, I think.
Yeah, and you could see Shawn Michaels has
Guys.
a tattoo on his ass.
Yeah, you see top fifth of his ass, I would say. 20%, top 20% of his
Top
ass.
20.
He has a heart that says HBK on his ass, tattoo. The crowd is the highest pitch scream I've ever heard in a wrestling event.
Yeah.
They're so excited about his ass being 20% out.
Usually you can't make out specific people in the crowd. You can hear them clear as day, as if
It's
they were
all the girls.
Yeah.
Every girl there is screaming, "Oh my!" And then every time his ass comes in camera view, they scream louder. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's great.
Good spot. Spot of the
If
night.
only we could all have asses like that.
Sure. I'm an ass man. There's a spot in here where there's a reverse clothesline, and Stone Cold actually hits Tim White. So the ref is now down.
And this has been such a great match.
Stone Cold turns around, sees Tim White on the ground.
Then Shawn Michaels going for a sweet chin music.
Sweet chin. Stone
Stone
Cold
Cold
catches
reverses,
it,
yeah.
hits the stunner, goes for the cover.
I counted at least 7 or 8 myself here, but
the
there's
ref
no
is out.
referee.
Ref
There's
is
no
out.
referee to be seen. He's laying down. Stone Cold got to go corral him, gets him up, wakes him up. He is up on his feet. Stunner to the referee.
Stunners Tim White. By the way, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Tim White, our favorite
Gone too-
referee.
gone too
So would you
soon.
say if you're putting a referee ranking together, Tim White's 1 or 2 for you, or 3? I think those are the only acceptable places.
I would probably put Earl above
Earl's
him,
number 1. I can
and
see
then
that. I
Tim
agree.
White probably number 2.
Number
for
2,
sure.
I'm a big, what's his name? The other guy. I forgot his name, but I always know his name. With the tall, skinny, blonde guy.
From SmackDown.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, he's on there now, too. Either way, I guess Tim
Yeah.
White's number 2 because I forgot that guy's name. So I
yeah,
don't really care
yeah.
that much
There you
about
go.
it.
Yeah, simple as that.
Mhm.
And then gives the ref a stunner, and then Shawn hits the sweet chin music on Stone Cold. The ref is out. Sean's going for the cover. Another ref comes out, but he's not there to do a count.
He's checking on Timmy.
Instead of counting, he goes to check on Tim White. Then that ref gets up, and Shawn Michaels hits that ref with the sweet chin music.
Now we don't know what's going on. Earl Hebner comes out, finally our saving grace, but he's pissed at both of them for knocking the other refs out, and he declares.
Well, actually, let me back it up there.
Okay.
Tim White goes for a cover, or is up now. HBK covers Austin. It's a 1-2, and Stone Cold kicks out of that sweet chin music.
That is true. I did miss that.
Yeah,
Then,
that was a
then
big. We thought that was
that's
going
when
to be the
Sean
end there.
gets mad.
Yeah.
The sweet chin music's the other ref and
Right.
Timmy White's kind of still out of it.
Yeah.
You know? So then Earl comes in, pissed at them both, declares a double disqualification because they assaulted the referees. And wow. And this is, so we were talking during the match, we're like, Robert's like, if this ends clean, then Shawn Michaels has to win. And I agree, he
Oh,
did,
he has to win,
because
yeah.
we know that he's going to lose to Stone Cold at WrestleMania.
And he's kind of, I know that he had a match before this to get the tag titles, but like, it's kind of his first pay-per-view
Right,
back
he's just
after
back, but
having
he's
an
still
injury.
the guy. He's number one.
Mm-hmm.
And you're building up Stone Cold, and you want him to get the title. You make it builds up the suspense if HBK wins. So we get a good ending here. I think even though it's like there's no resolution, but it's building the story and it's still building to that WrestleMania, which I'm all on board for.
Yeah, good match. I like the double count out. We thought maybe Hart Foundation would interfere, but what angle does
I thought Hart Foundation's interfering.
And
They're
then
doing a
just a
double count out,
yeah.
and that's how it's going to happen.
Something.
But
I
no,
like this ending.
we got the double
Yeah.
DQ. No Hart Foundation.
Both refs get signature
Yeah, that was
moves.
great Attitude Era, like just glimpses, you know. And then we get to our main event, and this is where I have my line of the night. Actually,
You want to do this? I'm gonna go take a whiz, and then I grab a shot because Klaus is sleeping or
Klaus
something.
didn't answer me back. Boost Mobile service is terrible here in this town, though, so it's
You
weird.
can't even connect to Wi-Fi anymore. On those.
Wow.
The new iPhone 14, you can't.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. So we have interview with Farouk in the Nation of Domination, and they're asking him basically, what is he ready for this match? And this is where I get my line of the night. It is, so you know the story that Paul Bearer is blackmailing Undertaker because he has this secret, and he wants to serve him basically, and Undertaker is abiding by that. Farouk says, Undertaker, you don't need to fear Paul Bearer's blackmail. You need to fear this blackmail. Boom, mic drop. We're getting into the match. My best line of the night. That is just an iconic one, I would say. Especially like if he goes to win this, you got to think, man, that's what an iconic line to drop. Become the first African American champion, world champion in WWF history. Then we get the match start. Farouk and the NOD comes out. Undertaker comes out. Typical Undertaker fashion. It takes forever. And actually, they did do an interview with the Undertaker and Paul Bearer before this. There was another good line by Paul Bearer. The interviewee is asking Undertaker if he has any worries, any fears from Farouk here. We know, and he also says, we will love you no matter what, Undertaker. No matter what the secret is, we will love you. And then he gives the mic to Undertaker, and Paul Bearer stands. She's like, "Shut up, Lazarus. Give me the mic." And he just says, "You're going to do whatever I want and whatever I say because I own you now, basically, because I have this secret over you." And we get to the match. We get a long entrance from Undertaker, and then while he's in the ring doing his Undertaker ceremonial undressing of himself, Farouk attacks from behind. And the match is underway, but before we get to it, we have a penance to pay here.
I do. I also brought another shot glass in case you just wanted to do one because this was such a good pay-per-view.
I would do one with the coffee.
Okay, we can do that.
I don't think I should have the same punishment as you since I won.
Sure.
You know,
do a little less harsh of a shot.
Jaeger Bomb. They used to call me Jaeger Bomb Tom about a year ago, but he died.
You want more than that? That's like an ounce.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
How do you know? Just by looking?
Bartender.
Ah,
It's all about feel.
mixologist guy.
It's all about the feel. I think these are probably.
I saw a video where someone's like, yeah, I hate when bartenders call themselves mixologists or I hate when people call themselves mixologists because basically all that means you're just a bartender who does coke.
All bartenders.
So cheers, go
cheers.
Triple H,
Go
King,
Triple H,
King Hunter.
Triple H Trump. What a shot! Almost the worst shot I've ever done. Ooh. Farouk and Undertaker, you did your line of the night.
I did.
Blackmail. We're gonna get demonetized.
We should make shirts. This blackmail.
We're not gonna do
No,
shirts.
we're not gonna make shirts.
Terrible idea.
We'll do do-rags.
Yes. They will play a part in our
Objection, Your Honor.
Objection, Your Honor. Do we get in this match at all?
I
yet?
just said Farouk attacked Undertaker from behind.
While he's talking to Paul Bear, yeah, and then Undertaker is doing his famous.
This is a cool spot. Yeah,
This was a very cool spot.
he's doing the old school. To
Doing the
Farouk.
old school on the rope, grabs Farouk's hand, and instead of hitting Farouk, he does a crossbody to all the NOD members outside of the ring. Very cool spot. Has he ever
And then he
done
gets
that?
up and just starts pummeling, and all
Yeah.
of them just bam, Crush is down, bam, Savio's down, bam, D'Lo, bam, Clarence Mason, whoever else is there.
Mhm.
Really cool.
Good match. This wasn't. I mean, you can't really follow the other two matches that were there. Especially, we knew the outcome of this match.
So these are all Hall of Famers. Like these 6 matches, these 6 guys,
Definitely,
all
yeah.
Hall of Famers,
Yeah.
and it's like great. You know, and I love it.
I mean, these matches.
And but Undertaker Farouk's not going to be as good. You know that it's not going to be as good as Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, two
Yeah.
of the best 5 wrestlers of all
Triple
time.
H Mankind.
Triple H Mankind, 2 of the best 10 wrestlers of all time. Undertaker top 5, I would say. Farouk top like 20, no, maybe not 20, maybe top 25 to 30, but
25.
still a good match. Yeah,
Definitely top 50, but he
Yeah.
would probably rank somewhere around like
yeah,
28, 30, yeah, for
he's
sure.
mid. He's mid in that
Mid.
list, but
Yeah. Mid, by the way, is a new slang term.
yeah,
Yeah, people say mid for what? Like good?
anything. No, anything that's just not good, but not
Oh, it's
bad.
not good.
It's just like,
Oh.
like you remember weed? Remember when we used
Yeah,
to buy
mids
weed?
had like
Yeah.
seeds and shit.
That's
yeah.
that's what they're
Those are
talking.
mids.
Yeah,
I still
but
say
they don't
that.
have mid weed anymore.
No,
This is all just
trust
really
me,
good weed
Every
now?
time I.
So other things have to be mid. Like, oh man, that blowjob pretty mid, girl.
No, I
you
think
know?
because you can grow your own weed now, there are sometimes like I'll be somewhere and I'm like, oh my god, someone's smoking mids. Like it's
Yeah,
I could smell just really shitty weed sometimes. So there's still mids out there. So mids just kind of meh.
Yeah,
Yeah, say meh.
Like damn girl,
same
that sex is
syllables.
pretty mid.
She's meh.
Yeah.
Meh's better, I think.
Yeah.
Same amount of letters.
Mid is a little more demeaning. Mid is just like, okay, like we get.
We'll smash.
Yeah, like
we'll
we
smash.
get what you're doing. Like it's just you could do better.
You could do better. All right, so that was a cool spot. And then for some reason now, Clarence Mason is getting some attention. And Crush and Savio are going at it ringside. And you hear Clarence Mason say, "Objection, Your Honor." So Crush and Savio are like pushing each other. And Farouk goes over there like, what the fuck's going on? And Undertaker grabs him, sets up the tombstone.
And
It's
that's
a
it.
1, it's a 2, it's
That's
a
it?
3. Undertaker retains.
It's just
yeah.
it's not even a big deal. One move, boom, over.
Yeah.
Over.
It was a good match.
It
leading
was
up to
all right.
that,
Yeah,
but
the ending was. I could have thought they could have done a little more at the ending, but just give him the upper hand, lands some moves, chokes them, tombstone, whatever. But he does get the win. There's still some
I will say one
dissension
thing.
with NLP.
Were they concerned on time on this one?
It was a long pay-per-view. They should
Yeah.
have never let Brett do a fucking promo. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
I don't know if did we say this already? Where you go, oh my god, there's an hour left and there's 2 matches.
Yeah.
And then Brett comes out, you're like, this is why we have an hour left. God damn,
Yeah.
he's doing a promo. Yeah.
He said
jeez.
time like 20 times.
Yeah, we drank every time he
He
said
did
twine.
20 times. He said times, 20 times.
20 times. Yeah, 20 times 20.
Oh, but this
400
isn't the
points.
end of the pay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
This is just the beginning. And
Yeah.
we get Well, Undertaker does clear house with
Yeah,
NOD.
so
They all
NOD,
kind of come
yeah,
in.
NOD comes in, Karash, Savio, you name it, and he gives choke slams to every single one of the guys that come inside the ring. And now Paul Bearer is demanding that the Undertaker take Farouk and give him another choke slam. Undertaker's very hesitant about this.
He already
but
beat him. Why does he
Undertaker-
need to do it?
Undertaker grabs Farouk and does another choke slam. And
Wow,
now
that should
Paul
be good
Bearer,
enough.
Paul
No.
Bearer is demanding more out of
Another
Undertaker
one?
here. He wants him to do it again. Pick him up, Undertaker. Pick him up, Undertaker. Undertaker hits another choke slam to Farouk. Paul Bearer's not done.
That's got to be enough.
I would think so. Paul Bearer's not done.
No.
He goes, pick him up, Undertaker. And now I'm thinking Undertaker's just gonna. He's at his like peak. I think he's gonna
yeah.
grab Paul Bearer and
Do
choke
it to
slam
him.
him. But he grabs Farouk again, picks him up, and choke slams him again for a third time.
And that's it, though.
Paul
right?
Bearer's not done.
No.
Pick him up, Undertaker. He goes to grab Farouk. Is that the Pearl River
Powerhouse?
Plunger?
It's Powerhouse.
Powerhouse Plunger?
Pearl River Plunger.
Yeah.
Is that Betsy?
Yeah, is that Betsy? God, R.I.P. to Betsy. Didn't we have a bet one where we see Betsy again?
I don't know. We haven't.
I said
Where's
2022.
Teal Hopper been?
Right.
2022. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Betsy coins fucking
Betsy
tanking
coins,
right
yeah,
now.
everything's tanking.
Betsy coins.
Actually, the only
Betsy
proof-
coins in the toilet. In the toilet. Get it, guys? In the toilet.
Good thing we cashed out.
Yeah,
thing
well,
we cashed out
in
early.
97,
Yeah. It was a, you could say it was a pump and dump.
Oh.
Ahmed Johnson comes out to not really quite to defend Farouk, but just to kind of get Undertaker
He's like,
back on track here. He's telling
The fuck
Undertaker,
you
is like,
doing,
"What are you
Undertaker?"
doing? Enough is enough." Actually,
Yeah.
you do it. You do
Yeah.
it. It's racist when I do it.
Get it together. Get it together. What are you doing? This is a human being. It's a human being right here. And I hate to say, I agree. He is right.
I agree.
He's right. What is he doing? He's just catering to Paul. Paul Bearer is so like just drunk with power right
Yeah.
here. Red-haired Paul Bearer with just slightly smaller bandage on his face.
Yeah, every
is
day,
drunk with power.
He's gonna look like Nelly next week.
Right.
Yeah.
He will. He might.
He
Nelly might have stole that
he
from
might.
him. We will find out.
We'll
We'll let
find
you know
out.
on that. But I think he was the voice of reason. But Undertaker is still listening to Paul Bearer.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere,
Undertaker goes to attack Ahmed Johnson.
and Ahmed kicks him. Double underhook. Pearl River plunge. He lands it on a 300-pound Undertaker.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Was that the best Pearl River plunge we've seen?
It was so smooth. It wasn't like the best in terms of impact, but it was the best in just like smooth transition, sit
Oh, yeah.
down, clean. Like he's done some to smaller guys and it hasn't been that good. I think
Right.
that's more because Undertaker knows what he's doing and sold it well enough
Yeah.
to make it good. But man,
I don't want to
he
discredit
does that,
Ahmed here, but
walks
he was
out,
very well.
mic drop,
Very well.
and now I'm like, okay, you might have been right about that 5-on-5, Robert, because I'm seeing some Nation of Domination action here from Ahmed.
The nation.
He was pissed about the no black champions. Now he's defending Farouk, kind of not on purpose, but he's just
Yeah.
like, what's going on? This is stupid. This
He's
is
still just the face, so.
so far.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well-
where does he go? He just lost again. He needs a new direction. I think you're right.
Yeah, I
he's about to
think
lead the nation.
we're not going to bother with the European title with him. That would, I guess, mean nothing. Right?
Ah,
They're
well,
giving it the
as,
gold
as
dust,
they say.
apparently. So
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
that's right. So that is 1997 King of the Ring. So far, our best pay-per-view, and a lot more to come. Next Raw, I think, actually might be good.
This is so we got a couple. We got the Pillman Austin. We got
Yeah.
a European Championship. Could be some title changes. Could be some drama.
I still
could
wanna
be
see
the
what
tag-
happens
we're on
with,
Stone Cold and HBK are still tag champs.
Still tag champs. How much is Undertaker going to put up with Paul Bear's shit? We'll
And
find
what
out.
is the secret?
by God, we don't know. Another pay-per-view in the books, guys. Stay tuned for our next episode of Monday Night Raw. Should be a good one. Until then, good night.
And God bless wrestling.